Okay, we're going to read the story about the Bearnson Bear's Christmas tree. And every time I ring the bell, you make sure you turn the page. So, in everything you do to others what you want them to do to you. And that's from Matthew 7, verse 12. Now let's look and see. So here comes Papa Bear. He's bringing home that salmon fish for dinner. Oh, he's so proud of that big fish. He's going to feed the family for a week. That big fish is getting bigger with every step he takes. And he's passing his friends along the way. And oh, look at the decorations on the poles. They've got lights all on them. Oh, it's so beautiful around the whole yard. And all these little kids, they're so excited because Christmas is coming up. Oh, isn't that cute? And then you come down here and there's children playing. And oh, are they so excited. They can hardly wait for Santa Claus. They want to sit on his knee and tell him what they want for Christmas. Well, in bear country, Christmas excitement was mounting. The waiting was down to 10 hours and counting. The holly was hung, the presents were bought, a magnificent Christmas salmon was caught. The cubs set up the nativity scene and even made paper chains of yellow and green. And now it was time for the most fun of all, getting the tree. A tree full and fat, straight, green and tall, with oodles of needles and crannies and nooks for the bears to hang their tree things by hooks.
The tree thing,
cried Pop with the jolliest shout.
Our wonderful tree things. Let's get them out.
They had quite a collection. There were bangles and bells and bright-colored balls, boxes of things in closets and cupboards and corners of halls. There were some that were heirlooms, saved year after year. A miniature sled with tiny reindeer. Their nativity scene with baby Jesus so dear. Strings of bright beads to hang in festoons. A musical bear that sang Christmassy tunes. But the bear's finest tree thing, their finest by far, was the thing for the top, that Christmas tree star. It was 18 points and was so glittery bright that only the first Christmas star could dim its bright light.
What an array! What a display!
Papa Bear bragged, quite carried away.
What a grand and glorious thing it will be when we hang all this stuff from our Christmas tree. Why, bears will come from near and far just to see how Christmassy we are.
So all the bears needed now, don't you see? All they needed now was the tree.
A tree straight and tall, fine, full, and fat. Come, cubs,
said Papa, and he pulled on his hat. Now be sure to dress warmly, said wise Mama Bear. There's more than a hint of snow in the air. And oh yes, buy our tree down the road from Grizzly Gus. I'm sure he'll have the right tree for us.
Snow?
Said Papa Bear, sniffing the air.
Not a chance. The weather today will be bright and fair. I always can tell if it's going to snow by a sharp shooting pain in my left big toe. As for Gus and those trees lying in stacks, Not for us.
Papa said, as he took up his axe.
But Papa,
Said Brother,
Mama knows best. Grizzly Gus and his family have surely been blessed with the loveliest trees around.
One of his trees?
said Papa.
No way. I'll show you where the best trees are on this chilly day.
Now, brother and sister usually did what Mom said, but not Papa. He did whatever he had in his head. And a fine fat tree is what came into his head that particular Christmas.
No matter what, no matter where, if it means going down to the Panama Isthmus, if it means climbing up to the top of Pike's Peak, I will find it.
He said.
If it takes us a week.
But Christmas, said Sis, it's just hours away. We must find our Christmas tree today. Christmas Eve services and the nativity play. But Pop didn't hear. By now he was really quite carried away. He was forgetting something that day, that Christmas is more than a show and display, more than just tinsel and pink plastic stars and stuffing yourself with sugar nut bars. There was something important that he was forgetting. Christmas is for giving. It isn't forgetting. This was a time to be thinking of others, mamas, papas, sisters, and brothers, a time to think of each other, neighbor and friend, of Jesus' birth, and God's love with no end. But all that was forgotten as they rounded the bend. As they rounded the bend, what did they see? Papa's perfect Christmas tree. What a tree! What a tree! This surely was it. Its green was so green, its tall didn't quit. Its nooks all had crannies, its crannies had nooks. The one question was, would they have enough hooks? A great gift from God of all of nature to be fully appreciated by each wild creature.
Stand back,
said Papa, getting ready to chop. Wait, Sister cried. Hold it, please stop. On the timely advice of small Sister Bear, Pa managed to stop his axe in the air. And a good thing, too, for that Christmas tree's trunk just happened to be the home of a skunk. Ooh. But some squirrels and grouse and one small chipmunk also resided in that Christmas tree trunk. Plus 26 crows who were renting upstairs, and not one of them were happy to see those 3 bears.
Though this tree,
said Pa,
seemed a find, it isn't quite what I had in mind.
There was something else Pa hadn't in mind, so they rapidly left Mr. Skunk's tree behind. The coming day was the skunk's Christmas, too, and the squirrels and the chipmunks. If he chopped down that tree, what would they do? And the crows and the grouse, what would they do if he chopped down their house? Where would they have their holly and bells, the Christmas goodies, their Christmas smells? How would they enjoy their Christmas feast with family and friends, sharing God's saving peace? But such questions as those did not bother Papa, not in the least. His head was so filled with his bangles and bells, his bright-colored balls, his tree things stacked up in closets and halls, and there just wasn't room for anything more.
Onward!
He cried, and the bears pressed on with their Christmas tree chore.
We will find the right tree. We must and we will. Any stream, climb any hill, go for Niagara Falls on the wall, penetrate the impenetrable fog, brave the terrors of a sinister bog. We will find the Christmas tree we seek. We will find it,
said he.
if it takes us a week.
But please, said Sister, we must find a tree soon.
She's right, Dad.
Said Brother.
It's late afternoon.
A tree!
Cried Papa.
Fine, full, fat, straight, green, and tall.
And at that very moment, the snow Mom predicted started to fall.
Remember,
said Dad,
a Christmas tree is something we cannot do without, because a tree like the one straight ahead is what Christmas is about.
which made Sister Bear look at her brother. Christmas was so much more, according to their mother. And without so much as a passing thought about whether he should or whether he ought, Papa raised his axe and got ready to chop.
Stand back,
he said, reckoning where the tree would drop. It was quite a fine tree, sedate and tall, graceful and regal. It was also, it happened, the home of an eagle and a hawk and a wolf and a great snowy owl. The eagle took off while the hawk and the wolf and the great snowy owl set up a terrible, terrible howl. The noise seemed to come from every direction. Then Mr. Eagle expressed his objection. Every bear country resident needs a home safe and sound, and the eagle turned Papa Bear's thoughts right around. You can see where the eagle was flying with the axe in his arms, and he's after Papa Bear. And then the eagle throws the axe at Papa Bear, and Papa Bear jumps up and misses getting hit by that axe.
No, that tree back there wasn't quite it. It green was too green, and it leaned a bit. It wasn't quite what I had in mind. Come, we still have a tree to find.
Completely ignoring Papa's big toe, the snow had become a really big snow. A snow of snows, a blizzard of blizzards. Why, there was snow on the ground up to their gizzards.
Up the mountain! Follow me! I'll find one soon, you'll see, you'll see.
I certainly hope so, said Sister, quite worried.
That's right.
Added Brother.
In a snow like this, a bear could get buried.
But Papa pressed on with just one thing in mind, that perfect tree he was going to find.
Full and fat,
He cried.
tall and green, the finest tree you've ever seen. Now that is the kind of tree I mean.
Hurry, said Sister. Chop it down,
Yes!
said Brother.
We still have time to get back to town.
But Pop was silent as he looked at that tree. Strangely silent. What did he see? What Papa saw through the driving snow was a tiny window within a glow. Pop hardly breathed. He spoke not a word. What he saw through the window was a tiny snowbird busily trimming his Christmas tree with the help of the members of his family. Their tree was a twig decorated with seed that the tiny snowbirds had collected from weeds. And for the first time that day, Papa saw Christmas in a different way. Maybe it was the tiny twig tree, or maybe the seeds that helped Papa see the other guy's needs. But whatever it was, Papa shouldered his axe, and he spared the tree. He remembered what Christmas is really about. He had it all backwards and inside out. Merry Christmas.
This
Said Pop, with a far-off Christmassy look in his eye.
is a time to think of the other guy. A time,
He continued,
to be thinking of others, to show love and respect to your sisters and brothers, and to treat them all with kindness and concern.
it just had taken Papa Bear too long to learn. Those Sunday school lessons, which seemed so far away, had stayed in Papa's heart till this very day. But Papa, said Sis, what about our tree? The tree for our bells and our bright-colored balls,
Yeah,
added Brother.
and all the stuff in our closets and hall.
No problem.
Said Pa.
There's no need to fuss. We'll go back and buy one from Grizzly Gus.
Grizzly Gus, both cubs said together. After that trip
And that climb?
and this weather,
Don't bother me with questions.
said Pop. And he found an old stump and started to chop. And quick as a flash, there were 3 pairs of skis,
Here,
Papa said.
slip into these.
So Pop and the cubs put on their skis and went back for one of old Grizzly's trees. But when they got back to the Christmas tree lot, the lot was still there, but the trees were not. Only a sign saying, "Sorry, sold out," and some tired old needles were laying about. When Sis saw those needles, well, she thought she might cry, but then something wondrous caught her eye. "Look!" she shouted. "Somebody's decorated our house." And somebody had. The chipmunks, the skunk, the crows, the grouse, the eagle, the owl, and all the others, and quite a few of their sisters and brothers were returning the kindness that Pa had showed those snowbirds. The bears, they were speechless. They just had no words. All of the bears, tree things were there, the bangles and balls, and the musical bear, the Christmas tree star, and the beads green and red. "Why, everything's shining," Sister suddenly said. Then a very special starry light filled the sky that Christmas Eve night. It didn't come from that pink plastic star. It was the light of the real Christmas star. The star that appeared at the holiest birth when God's own Son was born to save all the earth. The Christmas spirit shone down that night. It filled the whole sky with a lovely light. It charged the cold, clear, bare country air. It filled the hearts of every bear and their fellow creatures, one and all, nature's creatures, great and small. "Merry Christmas unto all," and to all a good night.
Thanks, Grandma.